Hi, super smarties. Welcome back. Let the learning begin. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and today is 6 de Mayo. It's a celebration of some sort somewhere in the universe. We're just celebrating that it's now Wednesday. Yay, Wednesday. All right, let's do a zone check. Remember, our goal is to be regulated and ready to learn. Every day I get to see my smarties virtually. I am in the green zone. I struggle a little bit with the blue zone when I don't. Sometimes I get a little in the yellow when I can't get the computer to work. That's a hard platform for a teacher to teach on. It's an even harder platform for a student to learn on. So I feel your pain. The pain is real. Survive. We just have to survive, people. We can do this. Pretty soon we'll be back in brick and mortar school. Till then, it's hallway school for y'all. All right, yesterday we did a body scan. Today what we're going to do is tapping. So tapping is this. Body scan is for your muscles. Tapping is for your nerves. So what we're going to do is we're going to be thinking about our nerves. So when you do a body scan, I'm right-handed, so I typically start with my left hand, but you can start with either. You do your fingers in like the claws of a bear. Like, and then you're going to, allergies. Allergies. That's I think where there are allergies. Tapping. So you're just going to go like this. And in our room, what we often think about is all of our intentions, what we want to do. And this is K27, so you breathe in. And you want to get under your eyes, your chin, up here, your temples. And this is called rain on the brain. Rain on the brain. And breathe in. Out. Tapping feels amazing. And you do your whole body, and we say our intentions. I will work hard. I will stay focused. I will take care of myself. I will be mindful and respectful of others. I will leave no trace on the earth. So those are intentions. So that's a good start to get us regulated and ready for our calendar. Now remember, take out your handy-dandy composition book. You want to transfer the learning into the book so that every day you can go back again and again and read each of those pages. So, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and now it is 6 de Mayo. And the way we are going to represent 6 de Mayo is by changing the 5 to a 6. At a left angle, come down, move right around. That is how we get our kicks when we make a 6. So it's 5-6-20. Now yesterday was not Monday. Let's borrow our smart cards. Yesterday was Tuesday. I need a face space. So this is lace the face space. Yesterday was Tuesday. Let's put a period. It's just a telling sentence. So that means today can't be Tuesday if yesterday was Tuesday. That's a little cuckoo. So let's check our smart cards. If yesterday was Tuesday, let's see what today is going to be. Wednesday. The longest day of the week is the middle day of the week. Well, the longest spelling, the most letters in any word for the week is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Capital WEDNESDAY. No, put a period. So if today is Wednesday, tomorrow can't be Wednesday too. Oh my goodness. Cannot have that crossover and overlap. So let's check on our SMART chart. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday follows them. The other T day, TH, like digraph for thumb. Thursday, capital THURSDAY. And then we're going to put a period. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So today is space WEDNESDAY, comma, May the 6th, comma, 2020. Now yesterday we were working on beginning sounds, and remember, if we make a handy dandy little happy person, the beginning sound would be like at the head, beginning, the start. The middle sound is at the belly, and the ending sound is down at the feet. Beginning, middle, and ending. Beginning we break off, middle we stretch out, end we punch. So we're going to break off the beginning sound. So what we want to see is in our 4 boxes, do these words both have the same beginning sound, or is it different? If it's the same, we're going to circle it, and if it's different, we're going to cross it out. Kiss that goodbye. So hug for the same, kiss it goodbye if it's different. All right, let's look at the first word. Here is a bird, and here is a bear. Remember, this is phonemic awareness because we're listening to sounds. We're not looking at the words. We could write them, and that would transfer it over to phonics. But right now, all we're doing is listening for the beginning sounds in words and trying to match to see if they're the same or different in 2 separate words. Bird, bird, bear, b-air, b-b, bird, b-b, bear. Are those 2 the same or are they different? They are the same. Ding, ding, ding. So we are going to circle it. Look at the next box. Here we see a picture of a cat, cat, and we see a picture of candy, Andy, candy, at, Andy. Is that the same or is it different? It's the same. And remember, you want to try and write these into your composition book as well. Let's look at the third picture. Here's a picture of a lock and a leaf. Lock, leaf. Lock, leaf. Are those the same or are they different? They are the same. Bing, 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 bing. Let's look at the last picture. Here you see a picture of a boot and a tree. B-oot, tree. B-oot, tree. B-t. Are those the same or are they different? Those are different, so we're going to cross it out. Now, make sure you have all this information transferred to your composition book. I'm going to remove our portable calendar. Last looks. May 6th. Transfer that into your book. And it's time for us to climb aboard the bus. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Psh. Doors are open. We're going on a learning field trip to build up our schema. And this time we're going to take a math field trip. So let's look closely at the board. It says ordering numbers. And if you look at my bands here, you see long box strips with lots of open spaces. And in each of them, there are numbers or is a number plugged in. So the number inside is going to be our cue or clue. as to how we fill in the rest of the boxes. Underneath, we have a support strip that shows us all the missing numbers that we are going to plug in. So what we're going to do is look at the strip at the bottom, look at the strip at the top, and we're going to plug in the missing numbers into the top strip. So if we look at our top strip, we see a 2 and we see a 6. A 2 and a 6. Below it we see a 10, a 4, an 8, a 0, a 9, a 5, a 7, a 3, a 1, and a 4. So our job is to figure out where they go. Now rather than just fill in the strip, what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in as we come to the number. So we're going to start with the 10. So if we look at our strip up here, and then our strip down here, what is the largest number? 10 is the largest number in the strip. So if our strip has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes, but has a 10 and a 0, we know that what's going to be the highest number? 10. 10 is going to be the largest number in our strip. So we're going to put an X here and put the 10 here. Now we see a 4. If we want to know where the 4 is, we could start here and count forward, or we could start at the 2 and count on 2, 3, 4, or start at the 6 and count back. 6, 5, 4. So the 4 gets plugged into this open space and we cross it out down here. Next we have an 8, but rather than counting each of the spaces forward, we're going to start with what we have and move on to what we know. So here's a 6. My dog is very annoying. Go away, dog. Here's a 6. Now we want to count on 7, 8. So we're going to plug in the 8 here. We could also have started at the 10 and gone back. 9, 8. Now the 8 is used. Next we have a 0, and we know 0 is the smallest number in the count sequence when we're doing whole numbers, whole positive numbers. So we can start right here with 0. We also could have gone to the 2 and counted back. 1, 0. Next we have a 9. Rather than start here and count all the boxes, we're going to start with what we see. I see an 8, I see a 10. I know 9 is in between 8 and 10, so I'm going to fill it into this box. These are other strategies that mathematicians use. Being a math magician, you're going to use your little hocus pocus magic to take the information that you know and plug in the information that you have without going back to the basic skill of counting all the boxes. So we've used our 9s. Next we have a 5. And when I look at my number strip, I know 5 comes after 4 and before 6. It comes in the middle of those two. So I can find my 4 and my 6 and plug in my 5. Next is a 7. I know 7 comes before 8 and it comes after 6. So I can plug in my 7. Next I see a 3. 3 there, and there's only 2 boxes left. Oh, I forgot to take my 4. Oh, I did 4 2 times. I guess there's only 2 boxes and 3 numbers. We're going to eliminate that 4. So next, I have a 3. And I know that 3 is 1 more than 2 and 1 less than 4. So I'm going to put it in between those 2 numbers. And finally, I have a 1, since I already erased that extra 4. And I see 1 open box. So without even knowing any information, I can eliminate the 1 by putting it in the open space. Now let's check our strip to see if it's absolutely correct. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ding, ding, ding. So this strategy frees up some of the space in our brain without it being so tedious doing the same thing over and over. We take information we have with the information we need to program, what we know with what we have, and then we push it in together to complete what we have to do. Let's look at the next strip. Now this strip has a 4 in the second box, so is it going to start with a 0? No. So now we're using a strategy that this is jumping into the middle of the count sequence, and that's one of our skills and strategies and standards, to learn how to just jump in the middle, like it's a fast-moving stream on the river, and we just jump in the middle of the river and we swim with it. So I see a 4 here. So now I'm going down to the bottom of my support strip. I see a 7. So I'm not going to count up to 7. I'm going to start at 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 will plug into this open space here, and I'll eliminate it at the bottom. Next I see a 3. Now since this is a 4 in the second box, and I know 3 comes right before 4, I know 3 belongs in this first box. So we were starting with 3, not with 0. Next I see a 6. I can start at the 4 and count on 4, 5, 6. Or I can start at the 7 and count back. 7, 6. And I can cross it out. Next I see a 9. So I'm going to start with my biggest number, which is 7, and I'm going to count on 7, 8, 9. Next I see a 5, and I know 5 comes in between 4 and 6. So in this open space, I'm going to put my 5. Finally, I have one number left, and I have one box open. So without using any of the strategies that I know as a mathematician, I'm simply going to add the 8, and now I'm going to check to see if my strip is complete. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go to the next strip. This one starts with a 9, and then I see a 12. So we've dropped right into the count sequence on a number line to the fast-moving stream going into the river in the middle. We're going to use the information that we see, the information that we have, to program the information that we need. So here I see a 9, and down here I see a 15. But I see a 12, so I'm going to start at the 12, and I'm going to count on 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 is the highest number in this count sequence. So I'm going to put an X here. Next I see a 13. I have a 12, and I know that 13 is 1 more than 12. So I'm going to write a 13 next to the 12. Next I have a 10. I know that 10 is 1 more than 9. So I can plug it in here. I go to the 9, and 1 more than 9 is 10. Next I see a 14. I know that 14 comes in between 13 and 15. So I can put the 14 right here. 13, 14, 15. Finally I have an 11. And I only have one box left. So without even checking, I can put the 11 into that box. And let's see if I'm correct. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's look at the last strip. I see a 10 in the second box, but I see a 5 as my first number. 5 is the first number, but 10 in the second box? This is confusing. I better look at more of the strip. I see a space, and I see an 8. What? Wait. 8 is smaller than 10, not larger than 10. Why is 8 on the other side of 10? This strip is not getting larger. This strip is getting smaller. So 10 is close to the left, which means the biggest number in this count sequence is going to be all the way to the left. And the smallest number in this count sequence is going to be all the way to the right. These are in ascending, getting bigger, bigger, bigger order. This is in descending, getting smaller, smaller, smaller order. So here I see a 5. I'm going to the 8, and I'm going to count back. 8, 7, 6, 5. And I'm going to put an X on it. Next I see an 11. Now I know that this is getting smaller, so the biggest number is to the left of the 10. I see a 10 here, which means the 11 has to be in this box right here to the left of the 10. Now I see a 7. I know 7 is 1 less than 8, so when I find the 8, I go back 1 box and I can put the 7. I know that 9 is 1 more than 8, so I can put a 9 in this space. And I see that I only have 1 box left, and I have the number of 6, and I'm going to put that into the box. And let's count backwards to see if I'm correct. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Whoa, this was a super fun game. So to get traction action on this and stretch out the learning, you could take number cards, mix them all up, have a number strip, turn one over and put it onto your number strip that you either write on paper or do on chalk on the sidewalk or with water on the sidewalk. It's getting pretty hot, so it might dry really fast. And then you have to turn the cards over and plug them in as you turn them over. What you're trying not to do, though, is count 1 by 1. Even though this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we could have plugged 7 in here. If we have a 6, we can take what's called a shortcut, and we can take the information that we know here, see here, and know here, and plug in the information that we have. So that's see, know, have. That's our strategy. It's that what we can see. Here's my cauliflower brain. What we know, and then I'm going to put my hand here. And I'll put a number 1 in there. It's what we have. So this is the see, know, have strategy that you're using. Hey, it was awesome sharing this information with you. I look forward to sharing more information tomorrow or on another video. Maybe I'll go read you a story now. Goodbye, super smarties. Come back ready to learn. Before you go, let's review our growth mindset quotes. Never, ever give up. Look at all the learning that we're doing by not giving up. Remember, the key to mastery is effort. The more you work and work and work, the more you're going to know. It won't necessarily feel easier, and it might start taking a little less effort. And as it takes a little less effort and goes into automaticity and lives in your schema, it might feel a little bit easier. And then something harder will come along for you to learn. That's the circle of life. That's the cycle. Learn some stuff. Find some new stuff. Struggle with it. Try to learn it. It's really hard. Learn it. Feels like it's easy. More hard stuff presents itself for you to learn. Hey, if you're not learning, you're not living. Right? Alright. Schema shop is shut because I don't want to give you any more of my schema. Schema store closed. So here's some pride. Put it inside. Feels so good. Here's some love. Save that for later. Super teacher,